who have joined today's session and welcoming you all to the second day or day two of our DSA bootcamp organized by SKEPSIS and GFG of our SNU chapter. So we'll start a new topic after array. Like I know that Pritam has covered array yesterday and you guys literally got a good concept about array. So today you are going to grab some new concept of DSA. So yeah, that's all. I am showing my screen. Okay, so I hope everyone is able to see my screen. Wait, let me check what it is happening. Just give me a minute. Huh? Oh, okay, so let's start without wasting any kind of time. Okay, so today we are going to start the day two of Skepsis DSA bootcamp. Already you have covered day one where you got covered about array. Now, what will be the agenda of today's session? So today we are going to cover the foundation of strings. Secondly, the string function, like there are a lot of functions which is already present as or inbuilt as inbuilt function in string. So you have to use them to manipulate something about string. So they are really important. After that, we will solve 5 to 6 basic to intermediate problem. By solving problem, you will grab or you will get a very good amount of concept about string, and at the end of the day, I will teach you or I will show you how map and set got used in C++, because when you are going to solve the lead code kind of problems, you must have the knowledge of map and set. Okay. Because without map and set, it is really hard to tackle those test cases of lead code. So that's why I will teach you map and set at the end of the session. So at first we are starting with foundation of string. So just tell me, acha, one thing before starting today's session. If anyone feels any kind of doubt anywhere, just make me stop there and ask about your question. After solving that, I will proceed further. Okay. Don't feel hesitation. Don't feel blank. Just ask me. You can ask in any language like Hindi, English, Bengali. I am ready to answer this question, and that's all. Okay. So the first question from my side would be, how many of you know about string? Raise your hand. A little bit like normal foundation. Okay, 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 okay. So there are a lot of people who know the basics of Sting. So can anyone of you tell me that what Sting is? Anyone, like anyone can.
String is basically a character, actually the one group of characters in program.
Array of
Okay,
Character
characters.
of arrays.
character of array.
Array of
Acha,
characters.
got it. Kuntal, I got that. Acha, anyone else?
String is a character array concluded by a null value.
Mhm. Okay, partially correct. Partially correct. Okay. So I am starting today's session. You all are partially or almost right. But yes, there are some things to take care of. I will teach you that. And those who don't know about String, don't worry. I will teach from the basics or from the beginning. Okay. Okay. So basically, as I have already told that our today's topic will be string. So what string is? String is the collection of characters used to represent text forms. So those who have said bunch of characters or set of characters or character array of array of characters. So the character the array of characters is partially correct, but yes, you guys are almost okay or almost know the concept. Now, for using string in C++, you have to include a header file. That is hashtag include.string or include string.h. You can import any one of them, you can write any one of them, both will work, okay? In any kind of GCC compiler or lead code or any kind of online coding platform also. So yeah, as of now, string is the collection of characters used to represent text form. So now the second question comes, how string is defined or declared or written in our compiler. So here you can see I have written string, the s must be small, okay? This is the basic syntax I am telling you or I am teaching you. Then after that name. So name is the variable here. Like you all are familiar with integer a is equal to 5, like. So there you have to use integer before a variable. So the same way you have to use the string keyword before the name variable. Here name is the variable. And is equal to then double quote. Within double quote you have to write the text form. So the right side of the equals to symbol defines the text form, and the left side the left side contains the variable with the data type. Okay, so string name is the variable here, it is equal to uh, uh, the text form, and the text form must be enclosed with the double bracket, double quote actually, not double bracket, double quote. After that, you can see the second example. Same as the first one. String only variables name and the right side of the equals to got changed. U is equal to SN to N. Then it is X, Y, Z is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 greater than plus 4. And string order is equal to face is X, G, F, G. And that is true. Okay. So now I am coming to the next part. So I hope you guys understood the declaration part. Okay. Am I right? Means you guys really understood, or should I repeat? Should I repeat or should I proceed further? Okay, Avidu has understood. Okay. Okay, then I am proceeding further. Now the second question comes in our mind, like how string got stored in the memory. Okay, like whenever you write any kind of program, that must be allocated to the memory, or that must take some memory space from the memory. So how the those strings got represented or stored in the memory. So here, just look at this visual diagram. Here, memory is a block. In this memory block, I have created four blocks. Name UXYZ987 order means the variable name. Okay, so uh, in this variable name, like when you write string name is equal to Tugir or string U is equal to SNU student, a memory block got created in the memory space, and the name of the memory block will be the variable name. Okay. Like here u is equal to SNN student, so you will take some kind of memory from the memory space, and in that you will find that SNU student. So that is how string got represented or string got stored in memory. Got it? Please interact with me. No issues. Give reaction, give emojis, anything. Should I repeat or is it okay? Okay. Great, guys. Okay, now one more question might be coming in your mind, like in terms of normal procedure till now that you have followed, that integer a is equal to 5 or integer a is equal to something, float b is equal to something. So that was something about single digit or proper digits. So digit got stored in a particular variable. So how the whole text enclosed with that double quote, like the long text or the normal text, including a lot of characters, got stored in the variable or got mapped in the variable name. So I am showing or discussing that matter. See, here string name is equal to Tunit. So when you declare that, what will happen? The name will, as we have already learned, that string is the collection of characters. The variable will treat the string the same way. The variable name will treat the string Tunit same way. How it is done? Let me tell you. So at first, what happens? So when we write name is equal to Punit, the name a variable creates 5 to 6 means the block for the text capacity. Then what it is done here? Here we can see T is the first letter of the text or the string. Then U is the second letter, N is the third letter, I is the fourth letter, R is the fifth letter. So the name variable creates block and follows zero-based indexing and then stores one by one character in it. Like here, see the T comes first, so it will be stored in the zeroth index. Then U comes second, it will be stored in the first index. As we are following zero-based indexing, or string follows zero-based indexing. That's why. Then N, so N will take the next block, so that is how string got represented. Now, if you see for aura is equal to SKEPSIS DSA, aura will automatically create the number of blocks that is required to store SKEPSIS X GFG. Then what it will store at first the in the zeroth position it will store the first character. In the first position it will store the second character. In the second position means second index in zero-based indexing it will store the third character. That is how the whole string enclosed with that double quote will be stored in that particular one variable. Got it? Or should I repeat it? Subhrojit got it. Diya, Somu, Abhirup, Anand. Okay, great, guys. Okay, so now one short note from my side. So this is something which will help you in your coding process or in your code mechanism. The size of string will be last index plus one. Let me zoom it. Okay. The size of string is equal to last index plus one. Check that the last index of name is 4. The size is equal to 5. Count T1, U2, N3, I4, R is equal to 5. So as of zero-based indexing, the size of the string will be the last index plus 1. It is pretty much normal. If you have followed normal C programming, you will know that. After the size of empty string is equal to 0. So if you declare a string and don't put anything in it, so the size will be 0. Now, if you have to find how much memory it is allocating while it is declared or defined, so you can follow this rule. Memory space occupied by a string is equal to number of characters present in the string. Like for the example, name is equal to Pune. So the number of character is 5 here. So the size of the string will be 5, and it can be morely explained as last index plus 1. As we know that the size of the string is equal to last index plus 1. So it is like extending that formula. And why it is happening? Because size of any character, you know now that size of integer is equal to 4 bytes, size of double is equal to 8, and size of character is equal to 1. So that is how, as every character takes 1 byte, and the string is the collection of characters. So দাদা এটা ডাইনামিক অ্যালোকেশন হচ্ছে তো? না রে, এটা স্ট্যাটিক অ্যালোকেশন। ইট ইজ নট ডাইনামিক অ্যালোকেশন, ইট ইজ স্ট্যাটিক অ্যালোকেশন। ডাইনামিক কখন হবে? ডাইনামিক তখনই হয় যখন ধর তুই ওটাকে রান টাইমের পর গিয়ে ক্রিয়েট করিস, যেমন অ্যারেতে হয়। তো অ্যারেতে মেমোরি অ্যালোকেট করে করে, আমি তো এখানে কম্পাইলেশনের সময় হচ্ছে, হ্যাঁ কম্পাইলেশনের সময় হচ্ছে। মেমোরি অকুপাইডটা যদি তুই বলিস, হ্যাঁ কম্পাইলেশনের সময় হচ্ছে, হ্যাঁ এক্স্যাক্টলি। And as ওই যেটা বলছিলাম, as every character takes 1 byte in the memory space, so basically the number of characters will be the storage capacity or will be the space capacity of the string in the memory. Okay, so till now, does anyone have any problem? Then please let me know. Okay. So no one has any problem, right? So should I proceed further? I think I should. Okay, now one more common mistake that everyone does, like I also did in my time, and also when I asked about what string is, many of you has told that character array. So basically, yeah, the concept is similar, but character array is not string. There are a lot of differences between character array and string, but as of now, you guys are coding in C. So basically, in C, you will not find any kind of like a string concept. You will find character array concept, and that is how C treated it as string. But yeah, in the real time scenarios, character array and string are not same. So why it is not same? There are a lot of differences. Out of those, I have pointed the major ones. So let me tell you those. So character array terminates with null character, where the string doesn't have any null character at the end. What does it mean? Just check the last box of the example. This box, okay? See, when you at first I am coming from the string part. So when we declare string name is equal to Pune, how it is getting mapped into the variable 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, zero base indexing, then one after one character. But in the character array, how it is getting stored or getting mapped in that particular variable, name is equal to Pune. At first, you have the declaration purpose is or the syntax is a little bit different in terms of character array compared to the string. So now I am showing what kind of difference it actually has. At first, you have to already determine the space here. Like you are going to store 5 characters here, so you have to uh, provide the capacity 5 there. Okay, like normal array, integer array 5. You guys have already done that. So same as you have to just use character integer in replacement of integer because you are going to store characters only. So characters same the syntax of array, and you have to already predefine the number of characters that you are going to store. So yeah, see there is 5 characters. So 5 characters should be stored here. TUNIR. Till now, it is similar to the string. Till R, it is similar to the string. But see, it will create one more memory block named as index, named actually marked as index 5 or marked as index 5 in terms of zero base indexing. There it will automatically put /0. So it is the terminating character for character array. Like if you write any kind of text there, so at the end of the day, C compiler will put /0 automatically. It is not something that you have to put. It is already getting or already been put by the compiler of C. Got it? So it is the main difference of character array and string. Like character array has null character at end, but string doesn't have that. And character array has very much limited built-in function. Like if you have used string in C, you will find star len, star cmp, star def only. But in terms of string, you will find a lot of variations of function. Like you will manipulate string a much better way compared to the array. And character array, as I have already told, it can be used in C. It can also be used in C++. But string is something which can be used only in C++, which can't be used in C. Like C doesn't have any concept like string. C has the same concept, but in terms of character array. And I have already told the difference between character array and string. So clear for everyone? Tell me if anyone has any doubt, just ask me. No issues. Okay, so I hope it is clear for everyone. So now we are going to discuss about the function of string, which is the most important part. Actually, string has a lot of functions. So out of those functions which are mainly getting used, so I have seen or I have mentioned those only. Let me show you that. Wait, I hope it is visible. Okay. See, at first, the first function comes in action is size. So if you write string name is equal to unit, then after that, if you use name dot size function like that, so it will automatically return 5. Like it will automatically calculate the size of the string and it will return to the user. Okay, and the syntax will be the variable name dot size. Then coming to the next function, substring. So how substring is written in C++ compiler. Substr, then start index, then n number of characters. Like I am using the same example Tunit. So in this example Tunit, if you want to extract only tun, up to that, what you have to do? The starting index will be 0 as you are trying to access from 0th index, t comes at 0th index. Then you have to access only 3 characters. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So if you put 0, then 3, then it will print 0th index along with 2 more index, total 3 indexes or 3 characters. So this is the substring method or function of string. After that, there comes a lot of other functions. So for use case of those functions, for if you have to use those functions, what you have to do? You have to import a header file. The header file is called include cc type or ctype.h. Okay, hashtag include cc type or hashtag include ctype.h to use the next functions that I am going to teach you. The normal side, the normal substr, it comes with the normal string header file, but is elnum, is alpha, is digit, those kind of functions that I am going to teach you now. That functions don't come under that normal string file. For the use purpose or the use case of those functions, you have to import hashtag include cc type or ctype.h. Okay. So what is Alnum actually does? See, in string, in terms of text or in format of text, you can store a lot of things like you can store normal text, you can store normal characters, you can store number or digits, you can store special character. So isAlnum is something which will just check if the string has normal digits and alphabets, like capital alphabets, small alphabets, and digit only. Like it will not check or it will not true if you have symbols. So it is something which is limited to alphabets and number. Now the other function is alpha c. So what is alpha is? So is alpha will check only alphabet. Like if your string has only alphabet or if your string has digits also. So that is for is alpha. Now if you use is digit c, so it will check if your string has only digit or if your string has only or other things like alphabets or symbols. After that, each space comes here. So each space only checks if your string has space at any index or not. Then it comes each lower C. So each lower is something which will check every character that it is it lower or is it upper. And each upper is also the same. Means each lower will return if it finds anywhere lower character, and each upper returns true if it finds anywhere upper character. And string that double colon endpoint. So it is a special function which is only used in string.find method. Okay, find method. So when you use string, like I am giving you an example. Hope just assume a situation where a string name is containing deep name. Okay, name is equal to deep. So now, if you have to check if double is present there or not, then what you have to do there? Name dot find, then parenthesis. So in that parenthesis, you have to pass e. So if double e is present in div, so it will find and it will return true. But if in case double e not present in the name of div, like dip, it can be. So basically, in terms of that, it will just return string dot nps. It means the string can't find that particular searching value. So it is a special function limited to the find method. Okay. When we or you use the find method, you have to check like if it is not present, then the dot find method will return you string double colon invoice. Okay. And one more special thing from my side. If string I contains a digit as character, like string digit is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 enclosed with the double quote. Then if we do string of 0 minus 0 or string of I minus 0, so the character value of I will be replaced with, or will be the integer value of I. Means if we have to convert the character, if you have to convert that the digits present in the string in terms of integer digit, we can do string I minus 0. So it is a special technique which you can follow. So is it clear for everyone, or should I repeat anywhere? Clear. Okay. 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 So no question from anyone. Like I am literally wondered that no one has any kind of doubt. Okay. So yeah, that's all from my side in terms of basic theory of string. Like here, the foundation knowledge of your strings comes to an end. Now we are going to the problem solving. So if you got understood these processes or these concepts, I don't think you have to learn string from anywhere. This is that is all about string or the foundation of string or the basic fundamentals understanding of string. Like it is something that will help you know what string is. After that, we will come to the problem solving. That is another part. But yeah, for the foundation or basic knowledge, it is more than enough. Okay, so if you have understood that, I don't think you have to learn string from anywhere else. Okay, so should I start the question solving process, or should I wait, or should I answer any kind of questions from your side? Start. Okay, okay. Okay, so everyone, please open your VS Code, and those who doesn't have VS Code setup ready, they can compile, they can run the code in the online compiler. I even also do the same in the online compiler, so you can also do that. Okay, so the first question of our day two that we are going to solve is reverse a string. So what is what is the problem here? The input that is given to us, hello world, we have to reverse that. Like we have to read the input from the left to right side, not right to left. So hello world, the reverse of the hello world will be DLROW. Yes, DLROW space OLLEH. OLLEH. Absolutely right. So yeah, so does anyone of you know how to solve this problem? Actually, Pitam has covered the array reversal problem yesterday, as far as I know. So does anyone of you know how to solve this question? Two pointer, yes, yes, right, right.
Using the reverse order, that is, you need to increment the start and you need to
Mm-hmm.
decrement the end.
Got it, got it, got it, got it. Deep, got it, got it. By swapping. Okay, exactly good. Okay, okay. So I think everyone has predicted right, but yes, if anyone fails, no worry. I will. Acha. Hmm. Acha. Okay, okay, okay. So I am starting solving this problem. Okay. So at first, I am doing the basic logic building process. After that, I will write the code on the online compiler. Okay. So see, how will you find the logic? Like, how will you determine what to be done here? Like, it is not something no, that you have to remember everything. Like, they have already told two pointers. Someone has already told about swapping. So, how did they find that? Like, what is the logic building process? What will be the logic building process here? See, here the first index H and the last index D. Okay, so see the output. The first index moves to the last position and the last index moves to the first position. For the now check the second one. Second index is E and the second last index is L. Now see the output. The second last index comes to the second first index and the second index comes to the second last index. Okay. So how we should do that? Like we have to swap. So how the whole process will be done? At first, what we have to do? We have to take two pointer I and j. I needs to be pointed zeroth position and j needs to be pointed at the end position. So how will you find the last position? As I have already told, that the string size is equal to last position plus one. So if you use the string dot size method and then minus one, if you do that, so you will find the last index value. So here I will store the first index and j will store the last index. See, h and d got interchanged in the output. So we have to interchange h and d. So what will be done here? D will come to the ith position and H will go move to the jth position. After that, we have to increment both of the pointer, like I to the right side and J to the left side. Now J should now what you have to do to take back J to the left side, you have to decrement that. Increment in terms of you have to move two pointers, one to the right side and one to the left side. But here, if we have to move j to the left side, so what you have to do, you have to decrement the value of j. So you have to decrement the value of j. So I moves one step right and j moves one step left. Now you have to swap these two part also. E and L got swapped. So the ith position will store L now and j position will store E now. Now the same process, I moves one step to the right, j moves one step to the left. Now same L, actually L is there, sorry. So R needs to be in the position of I, where the L moves to the position, moves to the position of the R. Okay. Same way, I moves one step to the right and J moves one step to the left. L and O, we have to swap those. So the place of the L will be taken by O and the place of the O will be taken by L. Now I moves one step further right, J moves one step further left. O and W. O and W also should be swapped. W, O. Now see, we got the output, right? Check the output. Hello, WORLD. See, we got the output. Now, yes, we have to terminate the condition. Like after that, we should not move both pointer as we got the result. So what we have to do, we are moving I to the right once, we are moving J to the left one. See, now I and J both are holding or both are mapping to the same position. Both are pointing to the same index. So yeah, so when I and j comes to the same index, we have to terminate or we have to terminate the loop or we have to end the process. Because if you don't do that, see here I and j will be interchanged, so space will be interchanged, will be space. But here if I moves one step further more and j moves one step left more, what will be done? O and W will be swapped again, and we will finally getting the same output because the swapping has been done two times. So we have to terminate when the I and j reaches the same position. So till now the logic building is clear to everyone, or does anyone have any doubt? Then ask me. I will easily explain this one more time. No doubts. Okay, great, Subhajit. Ask who has raised the hand. Avirup, yes, ask.
So the termination condition will be I equals to J or I less than J.
No, I equal to j. Why I less than j? Actually, I have taken here the odd indexing, right? So
Yes.
if you don't have any kind of space here, so it will be even index. Okay, so for even index, the I and j needs to be stopped while I and j both comes to the O. So it will be I is equal to j. That will be the terminating condition.
Okay.
The other while I not equal to j, while I not equal to j, I not equal to j. হ্যাঁ করতে পারিস I equal to j হলে টার্মিনেট লুপ থেকে টার্মিনেট করে দেবে and it will be done. I less than j হবে তো okay, so I have done the logic building process. Now I am going to code this problem. So I am using online compiler. Who so there are a lot of people who are telling that they doesn't have VS Code installed on their computer, so they can follow this online compiler, any kind of online compiler. So now, as we have parallelly discussed, that we have to include one header file, hashtag include string, right? So we did that here. Now what we have to do, see, I am taking the same example here for your better understanding. String name, I am using the same variable name, hello world. So that was our input in that logic building processes or in that paper work or dashboard process, whatever you can say. So now what we did, like in the logic building process, after that particular part, what we have done. Tell me any one of you, please tell me.
Initialize two variables I and J.
Exactly, exactly. We have taken two pointers, right? Do the same here. Integer I, comma j. After that, what we did, we have pointed I to the zeroth position and we have pointed j to the int index. Okay. Name, sorry. So I will point the zeroth index and the j will point to the last index. Means d. I will point h and j will point d initially. After that, what we did actually, I am not writing any kind of condition there. After that, what we actually did, we swapped we swapped the value of ith index with the value of jth index. Swapped name of I, name of j. After that, what we did, I plus plus j minus minus. Why j minus minus? Because j must be incremented to the left side or j must move to the left side. So for moving j to the left side, we have to decrease the value of j. In terms of indexing, if you think like j is like j, if j is pointing to index 10, if we have to come left side, means you have to come to the ninth index. So the value of the j must be decremented. So that is why J is getting decremented here. Like I is going to the right side and J is going to the left side. Now, when this both condition will stop, means when the swapping and incrementing both this operation will stop. While we will find that I not equal to J. Okay. Or if anyone writes while I less than J, means while the value of I becomes the same as J. So it will also okay or correct. Let's see what happened. Out, out, sorry. See, here is the output. Let me zoom it. So code and logic building process is clear to everyone, or should I repeat somewhere? Clear now? Okay, great, great. And just the okay. What about Ritoja? Ritoja is to চুপ কেন? Okay, so as ভুলভাল বকুন আচ্ছা আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে so we have solved our first question. Now we are heading to the second questions of our day 2. The second question is palindrome string. So how many of you know what palindrome is? Please tell me.
ওই তো রেস্কার ম্যাডাম আরেকটা যেন কি ছিল
না মানে what is the concept?
স্ট্রিংটাকে রিভার্স করলে ওই স্ট্রিংটাই পাওয়া যায়
আচ্ছা স্ট্রিংটাকে রিভার্স করলে ওই স্ট্রিংটা পাওয়া যায় রাইট শুভ্রজিৎ বল তুইও শুভ্রজিৎ left to right is equal to right to left, right?
A palindrome is a word, phrase, or number or sequence that reads the same forward and backward, ignoring spaces, punctuation, and capitalization.
Yes, yes, exactly, exactly. Absolutely right answer. So see, to solve this question, we have to use that two pointer approach again. We have to replace the first value with the last index value. Still, I am showing you. At first, we have to reverse the string. Okay. So after reversing the string, we have to check if it is the same as the input one or not. See I and j. If we reverse I and j, I is also storing m, j is also storing m. So if m will be reversed with m, the final outcome will be m and m. Like both I and j will be storing m and m after reversing also. Then if we increment the pointer 1 point to the right and 1 point to the left, now see a and a. If you replace a with a, the final outcome will be ith position will hold a and the jth position will hold a also after even reversing. Now coming to the d. If I and j both comes to the d, so as in the reversal process I have written I less than j, so it will not be executed there. So those who are using I not equal to j, for that this will also be the same. So yeah, actually as this is odd index question or odd index string, so basically we don't have to check the middle index, because if, for odd index string every time the middle index will be same and the left and the right part will be, in case of palindrome string it will be same, but in case of other string those will be only other something, some characters. But yeah, for I is equal to I less than star less to I plus plus, কি বলছিস দিতজা এটা, এক্সপ্লেন মি।
ওটা আমি ফরওয়ার্ড টু পয়েন্টার না ইউজ করে ফর লুপ দিয়ে করছি।
ফর লুপ দিয়ে করছিস, দ্যাটস গ্রেট, বাট মানে কেন স্টার লেন অব্দি কেন যাবে, স্টার লেন স্টার ফুল স্ট্রিংটা কেন ট্রাভার্স হবে?
ও হ্যাঁ, ওই বাই টুতে লিখতে হবে।
এক্স্যাক্টলি, এক্স্যাক্টলি, this is the main thing that everyone fails to judge or fails to do. Everyone just runs the loop from 0 to n position, and the string will be string will return the same value as the input one, because every index got swapped two times. Two times swapping means the final one. So yeah, this is something like you have to execute the reverse process, and after executing the reverse process, you have to just check if the input and the output of the string becomes string or not, becomes the same or not. Like if the input is here, the input is madam. If you reverse the whole string madam, the outcome will be, the result will be madam. So you have to check. After reversing, we got madam, and the input was madam also. So yeah, both are same, and so we can say that is palindrome. So let me do the code there. Nothing. It will be just one line extended version of reverse. See, here string name is equal to hello world. Take one more string name, which will store the name. Now, if you follow the reverse order, the name string will contain the reverse of the hello world, and the temp will contain the actual input. So after that, you have to check if temp equal to name, then the output is mm, true, else count false. Actually, output is palindrome, not palindrome. Let me write like that. It will be much more understandable for you. Palindrome, not palindrome. Okay. See, here the code is hello world. So if we reverse the hello world, it is not generating the same as the input, right? So the output becomes different. So for that purpose, I should get not palindrome. Yes, but if I change hello world to madam, as I have told you, or I have used this example as logic building process, see, output is palindrome. Got it? Or should I repeat anywhere? Okay, you got that. Ajay, what about others? I mean, I can only see some of them are interacting, and why you guys are not interacting even?
তুমি
It
একবার
is right.
একবার
Right, right. I'm देखूं. Right. Okay, so these two examples are clear to everyone. I hope it is. And now we are coming to the third example of today's session. So what is in the third example? Let me check. Acha, just give me a minute. Okay, so the third question is we have to count the number of vowels and the number of consonants in a string. Check the hello world string. The number of vowels in the hello world string is three: E, O, and O, and the other ones are consonants. So we have to print this value or we have to do code for this particular problem. So can any one of you say what will be the approach? Tell me. Come out of your comfort zone. Tell me. No issues.
First, we have to iterate through the string and check that if
Yes.
it is vowel like OR get using the logical OR. If it is
Got it.
a,
Got it.
yeah, and then vowel will be incremented, vowel count, or else the consonant count will be incremented.
Yes, there is. You are right. You are right. Okay. So I am showing the logic building of the intuition process. So see, you have to check whether the alphabet is vowel or consonant. For that, you have to traverse the whole array or whole string. Here the string. So for whole string, for traversing, what you guys have done in terms of array or anything. I is equal to 0, I to string dot size, I plus plus. And thus you will traverse the whole thing. And after that, while traversing, you have to check if the ith index is vowel or consonant. So if it is vowel, you have to increment the vowel counter, and if it is consonant, you have to increment the consonant character. See, let me show you. At first, I is equal to 0. I am hoping we will start the intuition from the 0th index to the end. So for the first iteration, the I is equal to 0. We have to check if input of I am taking the variable name as input. If input dot I is equal to vowel, how we will check it is vowel or not? We have to use the OR gate. Like if input of I is equal to A or I or E or O or U, so then we have to increment the vowel counter. Otherwise, for the else part, it will be incremented in the consonant counter. See, I input of I is equal to A, E, I, O, U. No, it is not. So the consonant character will be incremented. Then after that, we will iterate the second index E. So input of I now is equal to E. So E is equal to A, E, I, O, U. Yes, E comes under A, E, I, O, U. So E will be our one vowel. So we will increment the vowel kind E counter. I am doing other color to define that. Now L. L comes under A, E, I, O, U. No, consonant character will be incremented. Again L, consonant character will be incremented. Now I will like input of I will store O or will mark O or will point to O. So O comes under A, E, I, O, U. Yes, it comes. So basically, we will increment the vowel counter by 1. Again, space. So space does not come under the vowel character, so it will be incremented in terms of consonant. And if you want to pass this space, you can use if input of I is equal to space. Then you just continue. Means next part will not be implemented. You will just proceed to the next next character. So as I am counting space as consonants, but if you want to oblige that, or if you want to cancel or extend that, you can use like that. If input I is equal to space, just use continue. So the pointer will jump to the next part without doing anything like consonant increment or vowel increment. See now I is equal to W, input of I. Okay, W is not vowel. Consonant will be incremented. O. Now again, O is vowel. Yes, O is vowel. So basically, one vowel count will be incremented. Let me mark that also. After that, R is also consonant, L is also consonant, and D is also consonant. স্ট্রিং ইন্ডেক্স অফ ক্যারেক্টার শীতে নেই না, যেটা জাভা আছে, চেকিংটাই 2 পয়েন্টার দিয়ে করিস। হ্যাঁ, ইট ক্যান বি ডান বাই 2 পয়েন্টার অলসো, বাট হ্যাঁ মানে তোকে সেই হোল অ্যারেটাই ইটারেট করতে হবে। সো মানে হ্যাঁ, সো দ্য টাইম কমপ্লেক্সিটি উইল বি সেম, কারণ I2 মানে ইটারেশন তো তোর একটাই হচ্ছে বিগ ও এন। তো তুই যদি আই এন যে দুটো পয়েন্টার ইউজ করি, আই উইল আই উইল টাওয়ার স্টিল ও বিগ ও n/2 অ্যান্ড জে উইল টাওয়ার স্টিল বিগ ও n/2. I will start from the left to right and J will start from right to left. So the total will be n. So ওটা বোঝার সুবিধার্থে আমি মানে only one part দিয়ে করাচ্ছি। So yeah, so I is now pointing to the last index. So if I got incremented, uh, it got out of the index. So yeah, after that no increment will be done. So হ্যাঁ মানে এটাই হচ্ছে normally. So is the logic building or intuition is clear to everyone? Or কারোর কোথাও doubt আছে? They can ask me. I will definitely answer their doubt. Clear, no? Great, great, great. Okay. Okay, so I am doing the code part. String temp is equal to as input edit tell. Hello world. Okay. So after that, what we did there, we took 2 pointer. Integer v count is equal to 0. Integer c count is equal to 0. V count refers to the vowel count and C count refers to the consonants count. And initially, both will be pointed as or both will contain 0 because we have not started the iteration yet. Now we have to iterate that part. Integer I is equal to 0, I less than input dot size I plus plus. If we have to check the vowel condition under the if category. If input of I is equal to a. See here, the whole string of my input is in capital. So if the string is like normal forward, like the first word is capital and the other ones in small, so you have to also define this condition like input of I is equal to small a. You have to check for the capital A and also for the small a. If your input matches the proper case, here I have used the capital case. That's why I am just using normal capital words. Input I equal to E. Let me copy. Right. Control C. I O. If this is, then V count plus plus. Else, see, we don't have any kind of digit or anything else. So here, what we can do, C count plus plus. So if you so in the string, in the input string, if you find that the string contains the number and like symbol, then you have to use those function numeric or alpha num or normal alpha or is digit those. So then at first you have to check is alpha or is alpha num. After that you have to do that. So if you find that the contains that the particular strings contains digit at a particular index, what you will do, you will just continue, you will just come to the next index, you will just oblige the other operations if you find normal digits or any other symbols. So for that you can use that is digit part or is alpha part. If you use that is alpha part, only then You have to just create the condition like that. If your character is alpha, only then you will just increment. And if you use that is digit or is space part, then you will just do. If you find digit or space, you have to just move to the next index, and that's it. So here it is done. So count vowels v count consonants cc count. See, the count of vowel is 3 and the count of consonants are 8. Got it? Till now, is it clear to everyone?
আচ্ছা আমাদের এখানে ওই str index of টা ইউজ করতে পারবো না?
STR index of মানে
ওটা ওই ফাংশনটা আছে ইয়েতে সি প্লাস প্লাসে?
সি প্লাস প্লাস দেখ আমার আইডিয়া নেই রে, মানে ওই ফাংশনটা তুই আমি তো টেক্সটটা দেখলাম এক্ষুনি জাভাতে আছে বলছিস, বাট আই ডোন্ট রিয়েলি নো ইফ ইট ইজ প্রেজেন্ট ইন সি প্লাস প্লাস অর নট।
ওইটা থাকলে না এটা এত ঝামেলা করতে হয় না।
STR index of character মানে as far as I can judge that it will return the index number না or anything else.
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, এটার ইন্ডেক্সটা রিটার্ন করবে। ওটা একটা আমরা করতে পারি স্ট্রিং বাবেল দিয়ে এই আই ও ইউ সবকটা দিয়ে
হুম
আমরা দিয়ে if str index
হুম
of input I if it
হুম
is -1 then we
হুম
can do c count plus plus or else vowel count plus plus.
আচ্ছা মানে হচ্ছে জিনিসটা তবে একই তো হবে, ওটা তুই নেস্টেড কেসের মধ্যে করছিস ভাওয়েল দিয়ে চেকিংটা।
হ্যাঁ
হুম, ঠিক আছে, গট ইট। আপাতত আই রিয়েলি ডোন্ট নো ইফ ইট ইজ প্রেজেন্ট ইন সি প্লাস প্লাস, মানে আই হ্যাভ নট ইউজড টিল টুডে, এবার ইট ক্যান বি, বাট ইয়া। Okay, so I am proceeding to the next question.
হ্যালো।
What?
বলছি যে আগেরটায় instead of checking those spaces or special character, if we first check that the input range falls within the ASCII range of A to Z, তাহলে বাকিগুলো চেক করতে হবে না আমাদের।
হ্যাঁ মানে কাইন্ড অফ দ্যাট ইউ ক্যান ডু দ্যাট, মানে ওই ফাংশনটা মানে তুই যেটা বলছিস যে ইফ এস অফ আই বিলংস টু এ টু জেড অর স্মল এ টু স্মল জেড, তাই তো? ওই এটা চেক করার কথা, তাই তো?
হুম হুম
হ্যাঁ তুই সেটাতেও করতে পারিস, বাট হ্যাঁ মানে তুই ওই যে জিনিসটা করছিস তার জন্যই ফাংশন ইউজ হয়। এবার ওই তুই যে নর্মাল এ টু জেড অর স্মল এ টু স্মল জেড বলছিস ওই যে অ্যাসকি ভ্যালু চেকের জন্য, এবার ওটা ওটা করলেও তোর সেম আউটপুট হবে। আমি যেহেতু ফাংশনের ইউজেস গুলো ছিল বলে আমি ফাংশনের ইউজেস গুলো একটু বলে দিলাম।
হুম ওকে।
হুম হুম। আচ্ছা, the next question is number of words in a string. So can anybody say what will be our logic building approach or thinking process to solve this question? Press count করো, নাইস নাইস শুভজিৎ, নাইস। आयुष है, आयुष बोल प्लीज, आयुष टे।
लूप चलेगा जब स्ट्रिंग तक और फिर
हम्म
जैसे स्पेस आएगा काउंटर प्लस होगा एंड आफ्टर लूप एक और एक्स्ट्रा प्लस
हम्म
करेंगे आफ्टर लूप एंड्स।
कैन बी डन, इट कैन बी डन। Okay, so I am explaining the thinking or the logic intuition process. You have to check number of words, right? See, as or when you are given an input, that does mean it has any kind of characters. It can be a single character, it can be multiple characters, but yes, it must contain a character. Okay, so it must contain a character means we know the answer must be at least one. After that, the number of words can be two, three, four, five. But yes, in the initial phase, if the string has any kind of characters in it, that does mean the minimum number of word that can be in the string is one. So we'll take an counter value. We'll just initialize with one, or whatever the IUs did tell that we'll just increment by plus one. That is the same concept why we are incrementing by plus one at the end. So without doing that, instead of doing that, I am doing at the first part because that is more understandable. I personally felt, but yes, Ayush, you are also right. So at first the counter will store one. Word count is equal to one. Now what will be done when we find any kind of spaces, that does mean the next any kind of spaces and the next index must contain a character. So it does mean that one more character is present, one more word is present. After that, we will iterate the whole string. After that, whenever we are going to fetch or we will find any kind of space, we will do the same. We will find the next the next index of space has any value or not. If it is, then we will just increment by one. So let me do the actual process here. See, now the word counter has normal one. At first, in the first iteration, it will check, is it paste? No. Is it paste? No. Is it paste? No. It is paste now. So when the input of I is equal to space, we have to check that next index, like this index also. Like input of I is equal to 0 means I am currently at ith index and that is holding the space. Now we have to check if we have any kind of character in the next index or not. If any kind of character is not present in the next index, that does mean no more word is present. So you have to check like that. So we have reached the space and we did check that the next index also contains s means any kind of character. So word count plus plus word count will be two here. Same we will proceed. Space, no space, not space, not space, not space, not space, not space, not space, again space. So whenever we got space, we have to check the next index. Again, we will check that G. Yes. So yeah, after space, already one character is present, means already one word is present. So word count will be incremented to three. No, is it space? No. Is it space? No. Is it space? No. Terminates. Okay, so this is the whole logic building process. Let me show you the code. Only one count is required. Same as we have to run a loop. But yes, here it must be initialized with one. As we know that if any kind of input as a string format is given, it means already only it can be one character, it can be n number of characters. But if it has only one character, also it is already a word. So we will initialize with one. We know that the least number of words can be one. It can't be zero any day or any time. So we are using one as initial. After that, if input of I, so what was the example there? But let me check once. Joyce gives you CFG was there. Okay. Let me take the same example, okay, for your better understanding. Joy skips GFG. Okay. If input I is equal to space, then count plus plus count বল কেউ কিছু বলছিল I is equal to আচ্ছা sorry my bad Why it is acha is equal to, sorry.
Double equals to.
Ha. I missed that. Sorry. Thanks, Abhiru. Hmm. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, the word count as we have already done in the intuition process is 3. Here we also get the same output or same result as 3. Okay, so the next question is largest word in a string. Wait, let me take in a proper shape. Why the whole node got selected? Hmm, okay, okay. So what is the problem statement here? We will be given an input string. Like here, we are taking the same example. Joyce gives you GFG. You have to find the word which contains the most or more number of letters compared to the other ones, and you have to show the count of the letters. So how you can do that? Anyone from your side? কেউ বলবি এটা কিভাবে করবি?
যেমন করে হাইয়েস্ট এলিমেন্ট ওখানে অ্যারে বের করি ওরকম করে।
অ্যাপ্রোচটা একবার বল।
লাইক ফার্স্ট ওয়ার্ডের লেন্থটা স্টোর করবো, এবার যদি পরের ওয়ার্ডেরটা ওটার থেকে বড় হয় তাহলে রিপ্লেস করে দেবো।
কাইন্ড অফ পার্সিয়ালি কারেক্ট হবে। আর স্পেসের মাঝে গ্যাপস গুলো লার্জেস্ট চেক করবো। হ্যাঁ, সেটাই করতে হবে। ক্যান ইউ প্লিজ রিপিট দ্যাট অ্যাগেন থিওরি পার্ট? মুস্কান, হুইচ থিওরি পার্ট? মুস্কান, string like the first means the basic initial understanding part. What I have covered in the beginning of the session or anywhere of the problem solving part. Okay. Okay, I will tell you at the end. Okay. Let me conclude the session after solving those questions. I will tell you at the end. See, what you have to do, you have to constantly iterate like the previous two questions. Whenever you got space, that does mean your one word got ended. Now you have to store the count of the letters in that word somewhere. After that, you have to again count the next number of letters in the next word. Then you have to count here. We have 3 words, so you have to count the number of letters for 3 words, and out of those, you have to find which is the largest. So, at first, one minute. Okay. So, see, uh, we have to start the count from 1 again because we know at least one input is given to us. Here, I is equal to j. Okay. Sorry. For that particular question, you have to start from 0 because you have to count the number of words, no, count the number of letters in a word, no? So it might happen that you got an empty string also. So that's why we are starting from 0. So if array of I or input of I is equal to any kind of character, means not space, then we have to increment the counter. So here, is it space? No. So counter will be incremented 1. So counter is storing 1 now. Again O. So if we incremented our next index and if we check, it is also not space. 2 count. Again, it is not space. Count will be 3. Now we got space. Space means one word got ended. Now we have to store the count of letters in that particular word. Now we have to store three. We have stored. After that, we have to make the count zero again, and we have to start incrementing that. Or you have to we have to count the number of characters for the next one. So what we will do in that particular space, when we get space, we will just store the count of the letter, count of the word, and after that, we will store. We will just make the count as zero because we have to again count from the zero. So here, the number of the letters in the word got stored as 3, and again, the count becomes 0. Now again, count, is it space? No, count 1. Is it space? No, count 2. Is it space? No, count 3. Is it space? No, count 4. Is it space? No, count 5. Is it space? No, count 6. Is it space? No, count 6. Now we got space. So we got space means now we have to store, means one word, one another word got ended. Now we have to compare between the first word and the second word, like that already stored word and the second word, which has the more number of letters. So here SKEPSIS has 7 letters, and previously we saved Joy has 3 letters. So now we have to just take the 7 number as our count, and again we have to make the count as 0. After that, now G, is it space? No. 1. Is it space? No. 1. Is it 2? Sorry. Is it space? No. 3. Again, loop got terminated. Now we have 3. So if we have 3, and if we don't get any kind of, more spaces, what will be done here? Uh, as previously seven was there and we got terminated from the loop, we have to once again check if the last word has the more number than the currently stored one. But in this case, no, as Skepsis has the 7 count as letters and GFG has only 3 counts, Joy has only 3 counts. So the highest number will be Skepsis. So is the intuition clear to everyone? Clear, no? Okay. Now I am going to code this problem. You will understand more in that code part. Count is equal to 0. Same as is input I is equal to space. If we get space, then what we did? So we have to take one more variable to store the highest number of count. Like if I have 3 for the first word, then again when I have completed iterating the second word, I have to compare now which one has the more number of letters. So for that, we have to take another variable where we can store that. So maxi is that variable for my code or here. So if input I is equal to space, so we got space. For space, what we have to do? We have to check the or we have to at first store the number of characters present in our current what. So that can be calculated, or that can be stored, that will be already stored in count, and we have to compare with the previous one. So for that, maxi is equal to maxi comma count. So basically what will be done here, as when we have iterated Joy, so we got 3 as our count. So when we got space, maxi is equal to maxi comma count. Max is a function that will return which one is the most between those. So as already maxi was 0 and now the count is 3. So here maxi will store the max of maxi comma count. So when we have completed the iteration of our first word Joy, the count becomes 3. So maxi will store max of 0 and 3, as maxi is 0 and count is 3. So maxi will store now 3. After that, we will start. After that, what we have to do? We have to just make the count as 0 again, because we have to start from the first, and the count will be for SKEPSIS 7. So when we get 7 and we have completed the iteration of our second word SKEPSIS and we got the space, what will be done here? Maxi is equal to max of maxi comma count. So maxi was already storing 3 there. Okay, as only Joy got traverse and only 3 got stored till that particular part. But after traversing the second word, we got a larger value. Like SKEPSIS has 7 letters. So max of maxi comma count. Now 7 comma 3. So the max 7 will be stored in terms of maxi. Now count is equal to 0. Now we have to check for the other part. Like if our value is not space, like the another part. So what we have done there, if our value was not space or means if input I was not space, what we did, we just incremented the count plus plus. It will store the characters count, nothing else. Before every space, it will show the character count for everyone. And that's all. And after that, we have to do one more thing as we got terminated from our loop. So after loop, we know that that we are not going to get any kind of space. Like I am explaining it more deeply. See, after skepsis, when I got I, okay. When I got space, I have to my second word got completed, so the space part got if part got done here or if part got executed. After that, I come to the third word. Now it will store one, two as G and F both is not space. G three. Now I got terminated. So for that particular case, the value of count is equal to 3 now. But it can be like at the end of the word, like the third word can be much more longer than skepsis. It can be 8 or 9 words. So after coming out from the loop, we are not getting space anywhere. So we have to check once for that particular part. Like if the third one or the last word contains the longest compared to the previous ones or not. For that, we have to use that max part again. Like uh, if count greater than maxi, sorry, maxi is equal to count. We have to just implement this condition to check as we are not going to get any kind of space after the last word while traversing the last word or completing traversing the last word. We have to check if last word has more elements, more number of characters than the previous ones. So as we are not getting any kind of space, we have to just expanding or extending that time that checking condition. So here letters count means max letters counts is equal to max. See, the answer will be 7. I hope so. Hmm. Letters count is equal to 7. Is it clear to everyone or should I repeat? Avirup, Subhrajit, Ayush. What about others? মানে বাকি সবার কাছে clear তো? Or should I repeat? Avinash, okay, okay. Om, okay. Somu, okay. Okay, okay. Okay. Now we have solved 5 questions. Now I am heading towards the last one and the last question of today's session. Wow. Hmm.
তুনিতা, আমি একটা চ্যাটে একটা লজিক লিখেছি, সেটা একবার চেক করবে?
দেখছি তারা 1 মিনিট তারা আমি একটা সেট করে নিতে দে ফ্রেমটা ওকে okay so this question or this problem states about print words starting with vowel. See our input Ernesto Che is icon. See here Ernesto this word starts with vowel. Che C is not a vowel, so it is not starting with vowel. E is starting with vowel. Icon starting with vowel. So our output should be Ernesto is icon. Means the words that are starting with vowel, we have to print only those. We don't have to print those words who are starting with the consonants. So can anyone please tell me the approach? What should I do here? What will be the thinking process or intuition process? Avirup or anyone?
ফার্স্ট ওয়ার্ড চেক করতে হবে যে কি ওয়ার্ড হচ্ছে কিনা, লাইক স্পেস হলে তারপর তারপর ইয়েটা চেক করবো যে কি ভাওয়েল কিনা।
করলি দিয়ে
যদি ভাওয়েল হয় তাহলে
প্রিন্টটা কি করে করব?
আচ্ছা প্রিন্টও করাতে হবে।
That is the main catch. If you have to count that, we have already implemented. That was comparatively easy problem. You have to print here.
আচ্ছা নেক্সট স্পেস অবধি তাহলে প্রিন্ট করো মানে চলবে আর একটা লুপ আই গেস
আচ্ছা নেক্সট টি অব্দি আরেকটা লুপ চলবে, ঠিক আছে, তাও ধরলাম দিয়ে তারপর লুপটা করতে কতদূর চালাবে?
মানে যে এক ফার্স্ট স্পেস যেটা এনকাউন্টার হবে সেখান থেকে পরে আবার যখন স্পেসটা আসবে ওই অবধি একটা ওয়ার্ড হবে, তাহলে সেই ওয়ার্ডটা প্রিন্ট হবে।
হ্যাঁ সেই ওয়ার্ডটা না তুই একবার প্রিন্ট করলি, তারপর তোর ওখানে তো আয়ের ভ্যালুটা অতদূর চলে যাবে। তুই যদি জেড একটা ইনার লুপ চালাস, তো ওখানে তো তুই কাউন্টারের ভ্যালুটা ওই আই ইজ ইকাল টু 0 বা জে ইজ ইকাল টু 0 যাই করিস, সেটা তো তোর ইমপ্লিমেন্টেড হতে তো থাকবে না। এটা তুই কাইন্ড অফ ঠিকই বলেছিস, ইট ইজ দ্য ফার্স্ট প্রসেস অর ফার্স্ট লজিক বিল্ডিং অ্যাপ্রোচ দ্যাট ক্যান কাম ইন আওয়ার মাইন্ড। বাট হ্যাঁ এটা আরেকটুখানি বেটারলি এক্সপ্লেন করতে হবে তোকে, আমি বলছি দেখ। তো লজিকটা বা থিঙ্কিং প্রসেস ঠিকই আছে, যে স্পেস হলে তখন করতে হবে, সেটা শুধু অ্যাপ্রোচ বা অ্যাপ্লিকেশনটা আলাদাভাবে করতে হবে। দেখিয়ে দিচ্ছি, লেট মি শো ইউ। আরে হোয়াট ইজ হ্যাপেনিং? So what we have to do for the first starting part, we have to check normally if I is equal to 0, like it is the first index, and the first index starts with vowel or not. If it is, then yeah, I is equal to, then we have to print till the last index, like without, like before the space one. Okay. So from the vowel letter to the to the last letter of the word, or before the space, we have to print. After that, when we get space, we have to check. Like now we are in space, like input of I is containing space. We have to check input of I plus 1 is containing vowel or not. Is it? Here C. No, it is not. So we have to just move our pointer, iterate our pointer, or continue the process. After the C, we got the same space. Now we have to check if space plus 1, like input of I plus 1 contains vowel. Yes, I it contains vowel. So we have to tackle the same process. Like from this vowel, we have to count till we meet the last means next space. Like the starting of the word and the ending of the word. We have to just we have to just print out the word. So here IN is, we have to print. After that, we got again space. We have to check the space plus 1, like this index is vowel or not. Yes, it is. So we have to print till I to N last. And that is the normal intuition phase. So the coding process is going to be a little bit tough. Let me show you. I hope you can grab that. If you feel any problem, just tell me, just stop me whenever you get some kind of issues or confusion. String input is equal to Ernesto is idle icon, sorry. Okay. Now we have to run a loop for integer I is equal to 0. Achha, one more way of write for loop in C++ is like that. Integer it belongs to input. So if you write for loop like that, it is the short version of writing for loop. So it will iterate every value, not index actually. But in terms of we did I is equal to 0, I to input dot size, we will every time implemented our index or iterating with the string I, string I, string I. So string I will be the value there. Will string I was the value there, not will be. Actually, like if I is equal to 0, if we use string I, so it will just take the value of 0th index. So here the string of 0 or string of I 1 2 3, that can be done using it. The it will every time take the value that is present in the 0th index. It will not take index only, it will take the value. So yeah, it will take the whole value. Then after that, it will be automatically implemented. So it is another way of writing this for loop, but I am not doing for this example because it is already a compression, and if I do like that, you will feel, a lot of people will feel much distress about that. I is equal to 0, I less than input dot size I plus plus. If at first we have to check the first index. So if I is equal to 0 and input of I is equal to a, or I, oh, sorry, here it will be I, O, U. So if the first index contains vowel, we have to count, we have to print that word. So for that, I am calling a function print word. Okay, I am defining the function later. Else if input of I, we are checking this those space and the next index of the space factor. If input I is equal to space and input of I plus one, like the next index. That is how we can traverse, or we can check the value of next index staying at the ith index. Okay, like if you stay at the space, if you are staying at the space, we can easily know what the next I plus one index or the next index after space is containing. Not is equal to space. Okay, not is equal to space. Sorry, input of I plus one is equal to, like that. We have to use the same function again. Same code actually. I plus one, I plus one, I plus one, I plus one, I plus one. Then we have to again print the what? So I am calling again a function. Hmm. Else, actually I didn't think else is needed here. Till now it can be done. Now we have to create a function. I am using void because we don't have to return anything. We will just print from that void function. Void print what, right? Print what? Now what we have to pass? We have to pass the string. Like input is the name of our string, and after that we have to pass the index. So index can be passed using input comma I. Here also input comma I. Now we have to take, or we have to accept these parameters. So see, we are passing an input here or an string here. We are passing an input here, or we are passing the string here. So we have to take that as a string also. String st I am taking comma integer index. Now many of you might think, what is the uses of that ampersand symbol? So it refers to the address, means original memory address. So in generally, what happens if I don't use this st part? What will happen? Already in memory block, already input has its own memory, and out of, and in that unnecessary chase icon is already stored. And now if I don't use that particular ampersand sign, is another block named as st will be created in memory, which will also contain the same unnecessary chase icon. So basically there will be redundancy of space. And if we use this ampersand, so as already input is already created in memory, so that st will just point to the input part. Now st and input both will contain the same memory space where the particular unnecessary chase icon present. Now what we have to print? So for integer I is equal to index I, sorry, it's actually not like that. We can use using file st of index not is equal to space. We are going to print until and unless we are getting a space. Okay, like we have to print the whole word from the starting, and if we get space, we will just terminate it. We will just terminate this process. So while st of index not is equal to space, count st of index and index plus plus. And after that, I am using an space to make the input good, to make the output looking good. Anything else? Okay, sorry. L value y is equal to 0. Oh, again, I have done that normal is equal to sign. Let me rectify that. Wait a minute. Sorry for this mistake from my side. Input of I is equal to 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 is equal to. I hope it will run fine. Okay, so what is the problem here? Investor knows to so he is password input I not is equal to space index plus plus.
আমার মনে হচ্ছে
তুই কিছু
এন্ড
বলবি?
ব্যাপারটা একটা ব্র্যাকেটে রাখতে হবে।
এটা বলছিস?
হ্যাঁ,
দেখি। Mm, no, this doing the same error.
উপরেরটা উপরে রাখো।
দাঁড়া এরকম তো হওয়ার কথা না। ইনপুট ইন্টু index not is equal to space যতক্ষণ না স্পেস হচ্ছে yes it is count st of index plus plus exactly honest to okay I got the error point but yeah input of I is equal to space and then input of equal to I is equal to zero. Let me check once. Plus one I plus one.
ফার্স্টের যে ইফটা আছে ওখানে এন্ডের পর ব্র্যাকেট দিয়ে রাখো।
ফার্স্টটা তো এলো বাট সেকেন্ড এন্ড থার্ডটা এলো না তার কারণ হচ্ছে আহ, এই সেকেন্ড এলসি কন্ডিশনে সামথিং কোথাও আমি ভুল করেছি যেটা আমি এখন দেখতে পাচ্ছি না দেখে বলছি না পেজ যেখানে আসছে প্লাস ওয়ান করলে হ্যাঁ রাইট এটা প্লাস ওয়ান হবে এই জন্যই হচ্ছে না আননেস্ট ইস আইকন আবার আননেস্ট কেন আসছে এখান থেকে তো আই যাওয়ার কথা আই প্লাস ওয়ান থেকে স্টার্ট হচ্ছে একদমই if I is equal to zero another স্পেসের জন্য আইকন বলতে বাট হোয়াই সানস্টেস coming one সানস্টেস আইকন নেক্সট বাহ আচ্ছা এটা আমি তোদের পরে দেখে বলে দেবো ঠিক আছে সামথিং কোথাও একটা এরর আসছে বাট কারেন্টলি মানে আমি বুঝতে পারছি না একটা কোথায় আসছে if I is equal to 0 and input of I is equal to password input হ্যাঁ I থেকে বাকিটা প্রিন্ট হবে and I plus 1 1 plus 1 যদি হয় তাহলে প্রিন্ট ওয়াট ইনপুট I plus 1 হওয়ার কথা দাঁড়াতে এক সেকেন্ড Must is coming again মানে আর অরিজিনাল লাস্টে স্পেস দিয়ে দাও স্পেস দিয়ে দিলে তো হয়ে যাবে সেটা আমিও জানি কারণ ওটা লাস্ট স্পেসের জন্য ইয়ে চেঞ্জ হয়ে যাবে বাট এমনিও তো হওয়ার কথা উম, সামথিং কোনো কারণে এররটা এসেছে বাট হ্যাঁ মানে লজিক বিল্ডিংটা এরকমই হবে আর কোডিং মেকানিজমটা এরকম হবে এররটা কেন এসেছে আমি জানি না বাট ইয়া মানে আমি পেলে আমি তোদের অবভিয়াসলি বলে দেবো বাট ইয়েস মানে টিল নাও এই কোডটা বুঝতে পারার কোনো প্রবলেম আছে এনিওয়ান কারোর কোনো প্রবলেম আচ্ছা আই হোপ ইউ ডিড আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড দ্যাট মানে বেসিক্যালি ওই প্রিন্ট ওয়ার্ড এই যে ইনপুট আই থেকে আই প্লাস ওয়ান অব্দি মানে যতক্ষণ না স্পেস পাবে তোদের প্রিন্ট করতে হবে দ্যাটস ইট আর কি এবার দ্য লাস্ট থিং আচ্ছা these two are different concepts which is not related to string but yes you will need that to solve in lead code the map and set. I have used that basic syntax to make you understand what it is, but you can or I recommend you to study from YouTube channel or anywhere one more time because it is really very much needed for you. So map integer. So map is something which is used to store key value pair. Okay. So the first integer will store that particular map index and the right integer. Here I have used integer. You can use character integer string. So it can be anything. So the right will be the correspondence value of that particular index. So yeah, the main thing concept of map is it is used to store the frequency of elements, count how many frequency does an element have or like that and set is something which is used to store only unique elements like it might happen that your array or string has duplicates elements so if you iterate those elements and insert in set the set will only contain only set will only store every element for once so that is the main concept of set and map so I am recommending you to study this from any kind of YouTube channel or Google documents anything but yes both of them will be needed for you. So here our normal session got ended and now uh, last two slide of today's session. Acha, lead code problems. I will share this sheet or share this whole PPT with you. So there you will find this lead code problem. You have to click on that problem and it will be redirect. It will redirect to the original page of the lead code or where you will find the question and you have to solve those. That will be your home task. Already, I think Pitam did give you a lot of homework. So with those, you have to solve those. You will get 5 to 6 days, and you have to solve 10 questions. So it is not a big fact of matter. I think you all can do that. So if you fail any problem, your mentors group will be created soon or today. So your mentors group will be created today. So you can ask your mentors if you feel any problem. And yeah, if anyone has not followed our social, they can कर लो अगर किसी का नहीं किया है तो कर लो. And I have posted my Instagram profile link, so you can connect me over there. And also, there is the link tree of our GFG SNA chapter. If anyone has not followed that, they can follow.
Can follow that. They will follow.
Okay, they need they need to. So yeah, that's all of today. Uh, I think you guys got a good concept about array and string. I hope it will help you a lot, and that's all from my side.
Bye bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye bye. Good night.
Guys, मैं मीटिंग एंड कर रहा हूँ.
शेष था मीटिंग.